Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in to this episode of World of Tanks. And we have Raxter 54 from my clan. GFLC, I grabbed this off of our replay review room on the Discord channel. So guys, I am going to try to get to more of these for the clan. For everyone who actually is typing in responses, please continue to do so. Some great information there for you guys. But I thought I'd take this particular one, take a look at it, and we'll go ahead and look at it as an actual replay review right here. So we have Raxter. He's top tier in his 703 to 122. So it's the premium version of the double barrel Soviet tank at tier 8. And he's top tier, which he should have a pretty good time. He has a defender and a 7501, which is the heaviest armor he's going to have to chew through. And he's got 8 heat rounds, which he immediately loads. There are pros and cons to that. There's a lot of rubble and stuff on this map that will eat heat rounds, so that's one problem. You are facing a defender and a 7501, so you may want the heat. In the case of the defender, heat can be a bit problematic, especially because of the angled pike nose thing. In the case of the 7501, probably a little better if you can get a flat plate shot into his under hole, his lower hole, or even his upper hole. I don't know what the pen on the heat is on this. Not great, 270, so that is not amazing at tier 8, but still a better pen than the regular APCR. I think I would have stuck with APCR until I found out where everybody was. I would have had a better chance of shooting through this rubble and these other things. Also, Raxter, I like where you're going, but I would not have stopped right here. This tank is fast enough. I think you want to get up to this corner. I think this is the best bet for this tank, and try to catch somebody being a little unwary on the enemy team coming around that corner. So you have enough armor to have a reasonable expectation of bouncing any shots for somebody who gets there before you, especially since that's going to tend to be mediums and fast TDs and things like that. In particular, those kinds of tanks on this in this match, because you got 2 super Hellcats, that kind of thing. So you sort of waste a little bit of time, and now you're going to get there later than you might have liked. So bring us up to one of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit. You're going to come in here, so I want you to watch. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so we made that happen. Then we see the Scorpion G, so we're getting reloaded, and the 4503 bounces into us. And I just want you to watch yourself here on this. Whoa, whoa, boy. Oh, geez. Okay. So let's just back this one up. And I'm going to take control of the camera as we come in here. So hold on, I got to get the zoom going because my zoom wants to stop working sometimes. All right, so this is me controlling the camera. I'm driving up here. I'm going to come up here, and we see that guy, and then I'm going to just zoom in, and I'm going to do this. See how yours was flailing all over the place? All right. Let people drive into your shot vice attempting to follow them with every move. And this is a gunnery thing that nearly any kind of gunnery you have, whether it's skeet shooting or military gunnery, in my case, in the airplane, instead of taking the pipper and trying to follow every movement of the enemy or of the thing you're trying to hit, smoothly put the pipper in front or where you want the shot to go and let the target come into it. Okay? Sometimes you do need to follow a little bit, but it's very herky-jerky. The second one is exactly the same. So as you come around, you're getting the reload, and I like how you came in right as it started to reload. Now as you come in, I'd have just put it right on this guy and fired. And see how we kind of followed him and then back. Just put it right out in front, and as you drive in, have it set where you want it. And as you clear this rubble and he pulls into the pipper, fire. Okay? And you're going to hit him. You have that trouble a little bit today on multiple occasions. So I think what you need to do is try to even out what we call the PIO, at least in flying, pilot induced oscillation, which is chasing things, chasing the controls. Instead, just smooth it out, put the pipper on the guy, nice smooth firing. Okay, so I think that'll help you out. I know you said something about adrenaline, and that definitely happens, but on the case of the Scorpion G, you're in pretty good shape with this turret, and I think you had a reasonable expectation of bouncing anything that came back your way, and you kind of hurried that shot. All right, so I like where you are. Now let's take a look at what's going on. We can see they've piled a considerable number of tanks into the middle. Right now, I would love to get across this road where I can take these guys on, except that it's a Scorpion G and a 7501K, and right now I don't have anyone over here keeping them honest. Plus there's a Super Hellcat who still has a few hit points, last seen on that corner. So right now I don't want to cross, but I want to keep my eyes open because I would like to as soon as possible, because what I really want to do is start punishing these guys who are stacked up down here, okay? But right now the conditions are not set. But watch what your team does as they start to figure this out. I don't know what this STG is doing back here. What is he doing? He's sitting, I don't know. Okay. You can't help that. You just got to work around it. Hopefully he eventually moves up. I don't even know what he could possibly be seeing. Oh, he's looking down the middle road, hoping somebody comes on the corner. Maybe he's thinking that Panther M10 will come. So now we're reloaded. One of the other things that was mentioned was clip management. There is a bit of clip management with these double-barreled things. All right, here we go. Let's see. This guy's going to come out. Just a little bit unlucky. I think it might have gone it either went right into the angled side, or sorry, left into the angled side, or right into his mantlet, into his gun. Excuse me. Not sure there. Dude takes a shot back. Now you can come out right there. He shot, so it's going to be a while. And for some reason we go after the gun. I don't know if you were trying to break the gun or hit the gun or what, but you weren't going to get any hit points out of that thing. And we'll back out. The 4503. I might actually wait in this case to get both shells. Trying to look for a shot, and you weren't quite loaded. All right, now they are pushing up behind you. You can see the Scorpion, and you're a little bit outnumbered. You got a lot of guys kind of hanging out in the back. So right now is not the time to get super aggressive, but I would start thinking about potentially going back here. And now you've got guys on the corner up here, so you actually might be able to now push around this corner, because if the 7501 tries to come all the way around to get a shot on you, he's going to get shot in the side. So right now, probably a good opportunity to just drive around this corner and punish these dudes who are on the corner back here, the Scorpion G and the rest of them. Now you might take a shot from the 7501, but if he sells out, he's going to eat some shots from your guys, and then you will have time to get back around this corner. So these are the opportunities you want to look for in this game. Right now you have a crossfire you could set up with these dudes and punish these guys, the Scorpion G and the other guys on this corner right here. And yes, you're worried about the 7501, that's important, but you've got guys over here who will take advantage of him putting his side to them to come around and get a shot on you. So you start thinking about it, but you don't do it. So it looked like you were like, I want to do this, but I don't want to do this. Those guys are not shootable. They're way around the corner. The other option is to turn around and come around here and start taking them on, because from that corner back there, you can shoot them and get them into a bit of a crossfire there as well. What you want to avoid right now at this moment is complete overcommittal. It would be nice if your TDs would do something different than sit back up there. But it looks like a decent number of them. Now, Scorpion G makes a mistake. You see this, and this is great. I'd have stopped my tank right there. And instead of shooting on the move, I'd have just stopped. He was coming. You saw that left to right movement. I'd have just stopped, zoomed in, and let him drive right into my shot. The other thing you can do right here, because this is so close and he's not really that fast, just go auto aim him. Okay? Just a little right click, get it auto aimed. You can even just hold down the key, because it's going to fire as soon as it's loaded and take that guy out. It kind of also depends on what you've got your double shot bound to. I hope it's still not the left, holding down the left button. Hopefully you've bound the double shot to something else, because that can cause a delay. See, and this is just zoomed in too much. There's no reason to be zoomed in that much, not at that range. Just kind of hold it right there. Maybe there if you really want some zoom. But again, auto aim right here would be fine. Just auto aim, you're going to hit this dude, no problem. If you want to fine tune it a little bit, maybe go slightly upwards so it doesn't get down into his track. That's an opportunity, but this is your zoom level. Holy crap. I mean, that's not required. And the thing that happens here is if they move too much, all of a sudden you get in that PIO and you're like, he is actually here, and you're like, well, shit, where'd he go? Oh, God, there he is. Gets very confusing. So you get one shot on him. Should have been easily killed by you. All right, here's the next thing for you on maneuvering and minimizing exposure. I'm going to let you watch what you do here. You know there's a defender. You're waiting for the reload. You get reloaded, and then you come out. I don't know if you thought maybe he fired, but I think that was the 122 that fired. But the way you come out here, either way, oh, geez. Right, so right into the front. You need to square up, right? So shift left and bring your front armor more of an angle like this, okay? Maybe even a side scrape, but they are starting to push in behind you, and this is what you need to be worried about when you turned around and started fighting these guys. You may now have to turn around and start fighting the dudes behind you, because they're going to see you leave, and then these guys have backed off that corner, and all of a sudden you're in trouble over here. Okay, but yeah, make sure you square up the front armor. A good angle on this one would be nice, because it's got that flat front armor right there, but you want to avoid giving him too much of that. Look at where you put that hole right there. Yeah, boom. That's what you want to avoid giving him. You want him to be looking more at an angle like that when you take a shot at him, okay? Or when he takes a shot at you. So we see these guys moving up. All right, clip management. I probably would have waited for both shells to be reloaded before I took that last shot, because now you're waiting for this one, and guess what? You're down to one shot of heat, and it's not going to load heat and a PCR. Now here's another thing you got to watch out for. You kind of poke out here. He bounces. That's cool. You don't get the shot. Choices, choices, choices. Do I push in and help this tiger, right? Or do I turn around and try to take these guys on who are behind me? I think those are your two options. What we do, unfortunately, is we kind of sit here, and you're just letting the tiger get killed. So either get in there and help him out. It looks like maybe you're thinking about it, and then he got rocked. Then you're thinking this guy's going to come, geez, can't get a shot, and we shoot into nothing, and we didn't either, right? We haven't turned around and taken these guys on, and we did no damage to these guys in our tiger. While that was a foolish move, we had the potential there to help out. Now, I think you did the smart thing by not moving in. I probably would have been already turned around and going back at these guys, because they're the bigger problem. I have an STG here. It's going to be hard for these guys to push down this road with the STG here. My more pressing problem right now is probably behind me right here, because nobody's really keeping these guys from coming around the corner. The 130 is attempting it. No sense sitting there and tempting a defender when you have no reload ready. And then we make another mistake here. This is a pretty common one. Oh, geez. Look at that. We just kind of stick our rear end out there as we turn around, and we get thumped by the defender. So be wary and cognizant of where all your tank is and in relation to your cover. So we come around here. I don't think you needed to expose that much, not even close. And what I would have done is, let's get all the stuff away. I would have come in at this angle. I would have come in closer to the rubble and kept my hull as close to this stuff as possible here, so they couldn't kind of look over it and down into me. And I certainly would not have come out sideways, because sideways gets you shot. Twice there, actually. And now we're ammo racked. Hit 5. Fix the ammo rack now. Okay, so you probably, it looks like maybe you didn't notice it. Things are looking up. You've knocked a couple guys out. Looks like your field guys are finally kind of moving forward and getting busy, but you guys are a bit outnumbered with what's going on over here. And had they been any kind of aggressive, they probably would have swept you guys up here. But now they've been knocked down. All right, we are basically a one-shot to the 7501, more or less. The T25 is a potential tracking issue. The 4503 is going around behind him. The STG is doing what the STG has done the entire game, which is basically nothing. And we're kind of watching this thing. There goes that guy. All right. Now, this guy's going to come at you. All right. What we want to do with this is try to get into his side armor and track him. So I would have my pipper right here. And as soon as I saw that, and you were a little bit left, it looks like you shifted down and went after his lower plate. I would have gone right for that part of the tank. Let's get this away. Right for that part of the tank when it was a little bit further out. Try to track him and get into his hole right there, as opposed to going after his lower plate. That was a relatively lucky pen, to be honest, with the angle that was given there. The Artie hits us. And here he comes again. All right, you're going to get another chance. This time I want to track him again. We sort of wait. Boom. I just shot him right there, right now. Try to track it. You need to slow that guy down. All right, if he has a kit, you're bumming anyway, but maybe you can hit him there, track him, and start backing out. Now, you're going to have a hard time getting away, but that's your chance to do it. But what we do is we just sort of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I don't know. Oh, geez. And we sneak another one. Did we do that twice, or did I get ahead of myself? Oh, I got ahead of myself. That one's the one that penned. I don't think the other one penned. Looks like it didn't. The one I said penned earlier, I don't think it did. But we're shooting at the lower hull, which, yay, is a weak spot, but that's where we want to go right here. That's going to give me a track and potentially go into the hole, and that weaker armor up in the front right there, both give me a track and damage. And it will stop him from doing what he's about to do, which is just drive in on you and take you down. All right? So we get 1,671 damage. 206 assists, 574 bounced, and we do a pretty good job of being the big meanie on this corner as far as presence goes, but as far as actually reacting and getting some shots out there, missed a lot of shots that we should have taken a couple times, kind of misprioritizing where to aim at tanks. And most of my comments about when to be aggressive and push would have been more for a kind of hyper-aggressive player, because I think what you were doing was more or less correct as far as back and forth right here, because you just didn't have the forces to really get in their face and start taking them on, especially when you're facing the 7501 and his little buddy, the T25, and before that when I think there was a Scorpion or whatever it was that was over there. So you didn't have a lot of great opportunities to kind of get in there, but there were a couple that we noted. But I think bottom line is with a little bit better gunnery, you turn this into about a 2,500 damage game. And that's pretty respectable for what was going on. 1,600 is fine. It's your hit points, more than your hit points, so nicely done as far as that goes. But we're really just talking about some gunnery issues and placement of shots and a little bit about exposure, okay, exposing the side of your tank in a couple of cases. You start cleaning some of those things up, and now we're talking a 2,000, 2,500 damage game in this case, which is obviously a slightly better game. But nicely done there, Raxter. Thanks for leaving that out there for us to take a look at the replay analysis. And that's all I've got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you saw, throw me a subscribe. If you're looking for other ways to support the channel, you'll find them down there, wherever they are, in the description. That's all I've got. We will see you.